I think Candace Owens, she looks like she's cooked a barbecue chicken. Yeah, look like she barbecue chicken, y'all. She did it to herself. She should have kept her motherfucking mouth shut, you know. And she was warned. She was warned, and she just didn't give a fuck. As y'all can see by the thumbnail when y'all came in, I don't know how to pull it up and have that on the screen while I'm talking. Let me see. Let me see. Flip, mute, hide live, retouch, green screen. Let me see. If it'll let me do it. Nope, Q it. No, that don't work. Let me see this. Nope. Mm-mm. Yeah, it looks like she's cooked, man. I don't care what she says. I don't care if she's on the mic saying that in the lawsuit that they didn't deny that she was born. Um, I'll put it to you like this. I'm not watching none of her videos. I stopped watching her videos a long time ago. When I see her, I don't listen to none of them, man. I know maybe sometimes she has something good to say and stuff like that, but I'm not gonna support somebody who I know that means me harm, and that means me harm, or have did harmful things in the past. Uh, to people, and you know what I'm saying? And you know, somebody told me, I don't know how truthful this is, but somebody told me that she's making videos talking about the lawsuit that she has and reading it online and talking about how um, the president of France and his wife in that lawsuit never denied her claims of being born a man. Well, clearly in the lawsuit it says that she was born a woman by such and such name, showed proof of newspaper clippings, showed proof of childhood memories. Now I know people could play around with wordplay and say, well, she never said in there that she was not born a man, but in there it clearly says that she was born a woman. Now I know people can argue about what does that mean, born a woman, i.e., maybe it could be 2025 terminology and going by how someone feels rather not what somebody is. Then they can say, well, identity, never lied about identity. Well, then one can say that stating that well, what you identify is and 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 what you are medically speaking is two different things. And one can say that. But what I'm hitting on is, and the reason why I'm thinking that Candace Owens will lose this law because of a couple things. First off, they're taking this shit to court. Second of all, they saying she had 3 babies with her first marriage. Woo. Now they could prove evidence of that. Woo. Then they say, jury of her. Woo. I don't think I don't think Candace Owens should be running her mouth anymore. I think Mrs. Owens, like Farrakhan said, should be quiet. She should be quiet because it don't look like she's getting out of this one. It don't look like an apology would suffice. It looks like they're gonna own her at the end of the day. They're gonna own all of her shit. They're gonna own Herkney and the other companies with her. So, hey, she gonna be sitting up there running her mouth and all that shit, cashing checks that her butt can't handle. And black folks ain't gonna be out there defending her. Nope. We're not gonna be out there defending her. She's gonna be all on her own with a few like-minded conspiracy theorists as individuals. So everybody is speeding literally to go nowhere. I'm telling y'all, what y'all think? Y'all think Candace Owens is right? I think she's wrong. Because I can see if they said trial by jury, I mean trial by a judge, but they said trial by jury. So I wonder what's going to be Candace Owens. I wonder what Candace Owens is going to say when she files again. When she files, when she has to rebuke all the allegations. I wonder what she's going to say. I know she's going to probably pull up some AI facial recognition stuff. I know she's gonna bring up some news articles. I know she's gonna try to pull up a whole bunch of stuff. But medical documentation, a pap smear, a yearly checkup, having babies with the doctors, names on it. Woo! She going down. But who knows? Maybe a miracle might happen, and maybe she's right. Maybe she's right. But why would you take it to trial? You know what I'm saying? Why would you file the lawsuit? Are you filing would they be filing the lawsuit to get her to apologize, to scare her? Would they spend all that money? Lawyers, paralegals, to file this lawsuit to scare her into retracting her statements? Would they have sent all these cease and desist letters for her to retract her past statements in the past? If it wasn't true, would they have spent all that money to get her taken off of shows, whatever show she was on TV? Would they do that? Spend all that money for just to be lying? And then why would Candace Owens keep it up if she didn't think that she was right? Why would she keep it up? if she thought, if she really felt like she was, telling the truth. Why would she keep it up to this day? When when she knows that she's probably seeking legal advice, and the lawyers are probably telling her, let it go, right? Why would she keep it up if she knew it was a lie? Because I think that she truly believes she's telling the truth, right? But sometimes telling the truth comes with consequences. You know what I'm saying? But if she's not, this is just me. If the Macrons or whatever the president and his wife name is, I'm messing it up, of France, if they telling the truth, she's cooked. She's cooked. And I know what my fucking video is called, but I'm just saying, as this lawsuit goes on, more and more evidence on both sides, that both sides have to prove their argument, will come out. And I'm 85% certain that right or wrong, whatever side is right, whatever side is wrong, is going to fucking come out, and somebody's going to have to pay, because will countersue for her legal fees, for the smear campaign, for her credibility, for her loss of wages, for her standing true with the truth, or Candace Owens, LLC, and that other LLC that's with her, and everybody else that helped her is gonna have to, is not gonna own a damn thing. What's going on, Bruce? Thanks for the video you did today, man. Because I did not know. I think after you did that video, I think the only person that said something about it was Lou DeBella. It's not that many people making videos, man, like that. Like, they only do it for, like, it seemed like it only counts when people can make money off of it, or I don't know, man, but that's sad. But that's just how it is. And that's one thing I always tell people about court cases. Sometimes it's best to sit back and relax and see how they unfold, because from my perspective, yeah, of course I can say she's cooked, but I don't really know that. Maybe a part of me wants her to be cooked. You know what I'm saying? But ultimately, I don't know. But when this lawsuit takes its course, we're gonna find out. But I think she did us wrong, because what the defendants, what the plaintiffs said in their in their court case, and the evidence that they already proved, and their reasoning behind, and them wanting a jury trial. I think she's cooked. And people could say whatever they want to, but in Candace Owens, like I said, the best thing for her is to do is just be quiet about it. There's a whole bunch about the redistricting of Texas. You could talk about the funds that's getting taken from the EPA, the FDA, The you could talk about what's next for public schools, public education. You could talk about what's next for senior citizens and Medicaid, and how can they live their last days with dignity without having to worry about nothing. You know? So people better watch out, bro. I need something to eat. I need something to eat. I'm gonna get something to eat. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. So I don't know what y'all gonna. I don't know what y'all who all up over there. I don't know what y'all gonna do, man. But well, I'll put it to you like this. I'm gonna put it to y'all like this, man. There's no denying that Candace Owens is a bright young lady, right? There's no denying that people love to hear about conspiracy theories. People love to hear about train wrecks. People love to hear about negativity more than the good things in life. And it seems like that's her range. That's her range. You know, you want to hang out with Kanye West with those stupid ass shirts. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Black Star TV? You want to hang out with him with them stupid ass shirts? You want to have all these stupid ass things to say that ain't true about black people? You want to hang out with Turning Point USA, which is literally a safe haven for mis and disinformation about black people? Because I see black people graduating from college, thousands of black people graduate from college each year. You know, when Turning Point want to make cartoons about slavery and all that shit for black children and stuff like that is I don't know if y'all know they make that shit, but yes, that's pretty much an indoctrination video for black children to learn alternative facts about fucking history. The whole reason why, and then when you see all these high-ranking officials standing in front of a Turning Point USA backdrop, when the founder of Turning Point USA, which actually has a university attached to them, wants to sit up over there and talk about Black Lives Matter and talk about talk about Black Lives Matter as far as in the organization and the movement, because the movement and the organization is two different entities, and want to act like there's no such thing as fucking racism when each day when around the world that we still see that there's racial bias in America. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get to you, Black Star TV. I'm just I'm trying to pull over real quick. You know what I'm saying? It makes absolutely no fucking sense. It makes absolutely no sense, and it's disgusting. It's disgusting to the point to where every time when I see that Turning Point thing, being at colleges, being at fucking rallies, you got senators and shit like that talking in those conventions and shit like that, not knowing that when you go on a website, they used to have Candace Owens and all these other people on there, and you hear the shit that they say about fucking black people. on their own free time. It's the fucking disgusting. It's fucking disgusting. And you wonder why we can't go nowhere, because you always have people that want to turn people against their own kind. And them people understand that them motherfuckers are losers. Okay, what you say? Let me see. He said, what's been up, Mike? Man, we got to link up, love and chop it up. Also, Bruce Gas, my brother, we got to link up. Yeah, we could do that. You just got to give me, he said, long time. Yeah, it's been a long time, bro. Where the hell you go? He said, Black Star TV said, races on both sides, fam. It's sad, but true politics, we get tricked up. Yeah, but that's how they do it. They over there talking redistricting right now in Texas. You know what I'm saying? And it's not even, and the way that they redistricting Texas, the way that they going at it and how it's all started is not even the way it's supposed to be done. It's by way of the president. He's saying redistricting, so it could benefit him. That's why I tell people all the time is up to us to vote these people out. You know what I'm saying? The same thing when it comes to HOAs. The same thing when it comes to these senators. The same thing when it comes to these congressmen. The same thing these aldermen. All these people need to be getting voted the fuck out. Because it seems time and time again is that people, they rather choose self-preservation as far as the monetary amount. How long would they be able to stay in office? How long would they be able to keep their power? Because half these cats, if they wasn't a senator, and if they wasn't a senator or anything like that, if they wasn't a governor, if they wasn't a mayor like that, their pockets wouldn't be fat like that. Wow. I'm sorry to hear that, my brother. Yeah, I need to quit these motherfucking cigarettes. So I can't say shit about you, bro. I'm about to blaze one up right now. Yeah, man, what they call that shit, that muscle memory with that guitar, man. You'll be back though. I didn't know you played a guitar either. That's pretty dope. I ain't that good, but I'm my way around, but I ain't good at all. I know a little bit. I used to be able to play that Blackbird by the Beatles. I know the Foo Fighters and a couple other people did it, but I used to be able to know how to play that one. Couldn't sing and do it at the same time, but I used to know how to play it. Get that chronic, bro. Damn, yeah. What's up, Bruce? What's up, Behold, aka Mr. New York? Now I'm talking about your girl Candace Owens, bro. She getting sued. I think she about to lose that one. I think she gonna have to chop that up as an L. I think she gonna have to chop that up as an L, bro. Yeah, Behold, man. I be playing that tambourine every now and again, man. Somebody got to do it. Somebody got to do it, man. It's an art. It's a skill in this song. You know what I'm saying? You got to be on beat. You know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. You know, your hands get tired and shit. You know, not all tambourines are made the same. Some a little dull, some more sharp. Yeah, racist part of MAGA is mad with her. Yeah, they mad with her now because she switched up on DT. She switched up on him. You know what I'm saying? Because, and she didn't really. She switched up on him, but what did she expect? Yeah, that too. And she switched on for the Epstein files too. Yeah, but she should have known that. And I know they want to make the excuse that, oh, the Democrats wasn't worried about it, but you ran on this. You promised people, and people were, yeah, drain that swamp, go after all of them. You know what I'm saying? And then people was happy. that he was going after. Yeah, the Macron lawsuit. I think she's gonna lose that, bro. I read some of it. The Macrons is saying that his wife was born a woman and born Bridget, whatever. I think her name is Bridget, whatever. They put the news clippings up. They saying that she had three kids with her previous marriage. They said she never lied about her identity, but I talked about that, right? Because identity can mean anything. You know what I'm saying? Identity could be what you feel, and then born a woman can mean, in 2025 standards, whatever the fuck you wanted to believe. But I think what's going to happen is they're going to come in there with more evidence. You know what I'm saying? Because they already talk about bringing in the evidence for her three kids being born. The doctor shit. So Black Star Sports TV, Macron wife is a dude, bro. You seen when she mushed him on the plane? Yeah, I think she mushed him. I think she slapped the shit out of him. But like I said, she could be born a man. I don't know. But way that lawsuit is being structured, and they talking about trial by jury, and they talking about money, getting money off of her, and I don't think they lying, but I could be wrong. Let's get to discovering the trial. She met Macron when she was 40 and he was 15. They are off. The whole thing is in. Well, if I was you, I would go back and read the lawsuit that's online right now. You could pull it up. You could just do a simple Google search, and it says when they met. They could have met when he was 15, a long time ago, but that don't mean that they were married or fornicating or whatever the case may be. But I would go back and I would go and read that lawsuit, because I'm going to tell y'all this. A lot of that shit, when people are famous. So the first thing I want to say, one of the easiest ones I could pull this up. Allen Iverson in practice. Nobody knew what Allen Iverson was going through, and taking into account for them not being in the playoffs as a smear campaign. But they took it they took all that stuff and made it a smear campaign at Allen Iverson. And then years later, you find out his best friend died. He needed time off. He was going to the funeral, and he went off in his own way at the press conference. But nobody knew all that. Now, that's why I was hitting on that discovery part, because they already put in exhibits. They already put exhibits in their initial court filing already, and there's more to come. And that's why I'm trying to tell you, like. And if you go back and listen to the video, I already talked about what ifs. And what if Candace Owens is right? What would make Candace Owens go out there saying what she's saying if she didn't believe that she was right? Why would Candace Owens keep it up? Which I'm pretty sure her lawyer told her to be quiet and calm down with that shit. Why would she keep it up if she didn't feel that she was right? And I've always been a proponent. The guy that say, wait till discovery, wait till you hear things, and already said that I don't really know, but we're going to see what the deal is when Candace Owens rebuttals, and then when the Macron's rebuttals, and then when it goes to trial, or even if it does make it to trial. Black Star Sports TV said, I love the fact that Ibrahim Torre got France begging to make a deal with them after taking advantage of them for so long. Well, some of those articles that they say that France is begging for it, some of them, I don't think those are true. I think people are just circulating that stuff so they can get views and clicks. There's other places where France can get their natural resources from, but when you look at the grand scheme of things, with a lot of these countries, they don't have much to offer to the world unless they take from Africa, take advantage of Africa. When you look at, case in point, Israel, where the fuck are they getting all their diamonds from? That which is their number 3 or 4 export. Where are they getting it from? Where they getting all that? Where they getting that shit from? Because they don't have oil, they don't have all this stuff. So where are they getting a lot of this shit from? They're getting it from other countries, Africa, South America, probably Guyana, not Ghana, but Guyana. You see what I'm saying? Black Star Sports Chief said, I don't understand why Macron's wife don't just get a doctor to state her sexuality. Well, you could take it as this. They warned her a few times to take that shit down. They sent her emails, they contacted her lawyer, and all that stuff, and she kept it up. And I think this is what Obama, I think this is what Hillary, and I think this is what a lot of people should do. I think they should start suing people instead of just coming out there with the evidence. I think they should start suing people because that's the only thing that these motherfuckers respect. They don't respect you. But when they get that court filing, you know what I'm saying? When they get that court filing, that's the only thing they respect. Yeah, they can appeal and stuff like that. But you got to think about, though, you just can't appeal. You got to appeal, and then you got to have strong evidence on why you're appealing, and the judge got to grant it. So if it's bona fide proof that they bring up, there won't be an appeal. I'm not a fan, bro. That one, I mean, I would say this. I'll be here. I would say this. If I went up over there and wore a big ass Jesus piece, I would get bullied. I would get harassed. You got people out there that's saying that Christians should bow down. We here for them. You got people over there that can look across at Palestine, see all the total destruction, and not even thinking about the babies. But they want us to feel sorry for their babies. Candace Owens can't be right. I ain't seen those pics, but I saw the pics in that lawsuit. I think Candace Owens fucked up. But we gonna see, bro. We gonna see. It's not like it's a hype. It's not like there is a chance that they did as wrong. I don't know why you would file a court case. You know what I'm saying? Like that. If you know that, well, because what could it be? If you know you was born a man, if you knew that you was born a man, what will compel you to file a court case like that? Saying that you was not born one. Yeah, he mentioned it, but like anybody could. Behold said Trump mentioned the starvation happening in Gaza today. Anybody can mention it, bro. But it's what you do. Your actions is your actions is what history is gonna remember. Your actions is what history is gonna remember. Black Star Sports TV said what they do in Gaza is shameful, and even more the fact that the world does nothing ungodly. Yeah, it's ungodly that they're not doing nothing. It is. It straight up is. And and you know, if these cats really did believe about the Bible, if Jesus was to come back, what would he think about us? All of us. You know? Black Star Sports TV said exactly, and a lot of manga like how he coddles Israel even when they wrong. That's the problem. Yeah, but and this is the reason why nobody talks about the USS Liberty. That's I'm being dead ass. There's a reason why they don't talk about the USS Liberty. They don't talk about it. They don't. They don't, and they won't. You know, 25, 30, I forget how many, and then how many won't die, and how many sailors was lost. They don't talk about it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's even like, it's like teaching about slavery in Florida. They want everybody to forget about it, but they want you to remember about the Holocaust, World War II, the Civil War. But then they want to bring back all these losers, names on buildings, all these losers statues. Decide that was going to renege and keep black folks in slavery. You knew they was going to do it. They was going to say, fuck that shit. You think with all that cotton out there, you think with all that, the beans, tobacco, you think you all them goods, you think that they was gonna say, you think white folks gonna be out there? Even look at now with all these. Do y'all know how many farmers has already and is about to lose a lot of money because they ain't got nobody to pick that shit? You ain't got nobody to pick that shit. It's just gonna go to waste. Some of that stuff, they don't even make machinery for it, and then even for you to get the machinery for it, even to rent it, it's gonna cost $1 million. Behold said the world needs a lesson on what the country is capable of. If Trump beefed with Israel, half of America would side with anyone against Trump because they hate him. No, that's no. This is the thing. This is the thing. Nobody needs a lesson on what our country is made of. Because in order for you to do that, you're going to be belittling all these other world leaders, all these other country leaders. You don't need to raise a hand or a fist, belittle, besmirch, be condescending, look down upon anyone because they won't give you what you want or because they won't smile in your face. You could choose to be what kind of leader you want to be. You could choose that. But you won't be in power for long. You got 4 years. And then it's going to be somebody else's problem. And then your kids is going to have to deal with this shit. And then you are going to have to deal with this shit. And if you got elderly family members, they going to have to deal with this shit. You know? What if all them countries around the world got together and blocked us out of everything? Got together and blocked us out of everything and did their own thing. Black Star Sports TV said the real one is real if they are supremacists. They say they are the chosen people. Yeah, they do. They do. They do, and they upfront about it too. That lady got on Piers Morgan and said, "I don't give a fuck. Take all this shit," with a straight face. I don't care about them dead babies over there, with a straight face. God. But then when somebody does something to yours, they like, whoa, oh, woe is me and all this shit. Like, Black Star Sports TV said we are supposed to be a Christian nation, but we refuse to uphold Christian principles that can't work, and God will judge. Yeah, and Black Star Black Star Sports TV to piggyback on that, nobody's saying to like you got to be perfect. Nobody's saying that. You know what I'm saying? We just saying about the aspect. I'm just talking about the aspect with humanity. You know? Toad said, yeah. He said, Todd said, yes, Owens will be cooked badly in court. I think so, man. I don't know, but I think she will. Behold said, not our country. That country is capable of atrocities. Yeah, well, they already did it. They already did it. And I know people that want us to stop giving money to Ukraine. But I would say this. That's probably the only, it's not the only one, but that I think we should be giving them stuff. Because he's not going to just take Ukraine. After Ukraine, it's going to be another one. After another one's going to be another one. He wants all them countries that Russia lost. He wants them all back. He could come up with people come up with all kind of excuses that sound good because people will believe that shit to why he's doing it. But you don't know exactly what that man is thinking. So I'm thinking if he take Ukraine, you're going to take all that shit. You know what I'm saying? And then after he does that, he's going to be too big for his own bridges. He's going to be too big for his army. He's going to be off the chain. They're going to be too big for their bridges. Black Star Sports TV said, I think Candace wins in court. She could. She very well could, but I don't think so. But we're going to see. Our country is aligned with a country who denies Christ, yet not aligned with nations who do recognize Christ, like Muslims. Yeah, that's the crazy part. And they know he lived there. But this is the crazy part. They say he didn't exist, but to say that they killed Jesus is anti-Semitism. When it was one of them, a group of them, not one, it was a group of them. After that Roman dude gave them multiple chances to let Jesus go. Gave them multiple chances to let him go. And they pushed the envelope. And them four people, they pushed the envelope. Or five, or how many of them was it? It wasn't just one, it was a group of them. They judged them because this is my 3 cents, my opinion. I think that he was a threat. They looked at him as a threat. He challenged their beliefs. And they was going to lose members to him. And so what they did was they got rid of him. Because they felt like no matter where this dude moves, no matter where he goes, it's going to be a problem. But they give tours on where he walked. But they don't believe in him. Yeah, he walked down here. Yeah. This is probably where he lived right here. This is the tomb. This is probably the tomb right here. So we found this cloth and shit in the museum. We put it in the museum. We found his robe. Black Star Sports TV. Yeah, they believe they're above the law. Yeah, they can make their rules as they go. You ain't lying. What goes around comes around. We need humanity here in the U.S. like homeless, and we are arguing about food stamps. Why when we don't when the government pays for war, we are silent. That is backwards. Yeah, it's backwards. It's backwards. Some people, there's a lot of people out there that want to be homeless, but there's a lot of them that just need a break. You know, a lot of people these days, they not far. They not from being homeless, bro. They're not too far. Too far. People ain't got their lights on. They're not too fucking far, bro. Behold, the news cycle is honing on a potential Trump/Epstein association rather than stage 5 starvation happening in Gaza. The media is your enemy. No, the media is talking about Gaza, right? The problem is with Trump and Epstein, he has a known association. Out of his own mouth, as a known association. So, whatever comes from that shit comes from that shit. Right now they're not pulling out it. They're not bringing up the Epstein files. They don't want to bring it out. So we don't really know anything. We could do is speculate. Just like with this Candace Owens shit, she could be wrong. She could be right. We don't know until all the cards is laid on the table. But now, let's take it a step further. Trump's lawyer is on the DOJ, and they go see Maxwell. Isn't that a conflict of interest? Doesn't that sound or either smells like a conflict of interest? You bring your select group of people that you appointed, that one is used to be your lawyer, that you elected to be part of the DOJ to go talk to Old Giselle Maxwell. See what I'm saying? Black Star Sports TV said Ukraine is a huge trafficker. Yeah, yeah, he is. And you know what? The government can't even stop him. The government can't even stop it. They can't. They can't even do it. This is the same reason why Putin had to get rid of that that one dude, because they couldn't. He got too big from his bridges. The Wagner Group or whatever it's called. That's the reason why they had to get rid of him. Man, they was trafficking all kind of shit. They had to feed their coffers. They had to pay their men. If you ain't giving money from the government and taxes from the government because they weren't giving it, how else you gonna pay them and feed them? You know? Black Star Sports TV said they claim to be Semites, yet it's illegal to do a genealogy test. It is. They can only use the one that they use, but the one that they use, it don't go all the way back. It just goes to Poland. It don't go all the way back. That's why half of them don't even know it, that they Palestinian. Half of them is fucking Palestinian. Half of them look fucking Arab. That's why it's hard to pick between the two, because they can either look Arab or they can look white. They could look whiter than Larry Bird without a tan, or that dude off that movie The Powder. They could look whiter than him. Doris Day in that black and white movie, more white than that lady in Gone with the Wind. Whatever, I forget her name. They could look whiter than her. They could look whiter than old girl and the original Wizard of Oz in black and white. You know what I'm saying? It don't make no sense. I don't know, man, but it don't smell right, do it? You can't take sun. Abraham had a baby with one of his slaves. Abraham had how many wives? But you just gonna start it at the Ashkenazim part. But Abraham had how many wives? How many did he have? And then, okay, let's take it a step further. Germany, right? Germany. If Michael Rappaport was in Germany back then, how the fuck they gonna tell the difference whether or not he won or not? Hello? How the fuck they gonna tell the difference between what he is or not? That motherfucker look like he could be Larry Bird's son. Just ain't got the height or the b-ball skills. Can't tell the difference, huh? Black Star Sports TV said, facts, yeah, wanted us to learn that that we should always depend on God to direct our steps and not governments or synagogues. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Black Stars, I'm being real. It's like, and I could be wrong, but I'm still trying to wrap my head around that, because I have conflict with seeing it that way. And then some of them look Polish. And then some of them look fucking Roman and Greek. They got that little hair. Because you know them Greeks, some of them Greeks, they could take more sun than the Poland people. The Polish motherfuckers. The Polish sausage eating motherfuckers. I'm just saying, bro, it don't seem right to me. I ain't trying to hurt nobody or nothing like that. I just gotta, it doesn't quite look right. Now, I'm not saying that you could tell what somebody is with the eyeball test or whatever, but just by face value, it doesn't look right. It's like going to Baghdad and seeing an Iraqi blacker than Wesley Snipes. It's like going to Baghdad and seeing somebody that looks like Canelo Alvarez. You're like, what? It's going to make you wonder and think. And if you could speak Arabic, or that person could speak English, you might even ask, like, hey, man, like, what's your history? I'm real interested, like, without trying to be like, what's that word? Preconceived notion that somebody is something, but they're not. It's not racist. It's called the other one. I forget what it's called. But anyways, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Black Star Sports TV. I'm having a difficult time mathing this math. Very difficult time. I'm having a very fucking difficult time. And if you're mad at me about that, my bad. I'm just, this is like my journal. I'm thinking out loud. I'm not trying to hurt nobody. It's just my 3 cents. And that's another thing about a lot of this shit out here. People are scared to fucking have dialogue. These days, it seems like you can't really question shit. You know what I'm saying? It's all like, shut the fuck up and trust the process. You're an idiot or you woke if you believe this. And then it's like they don't want you to be woke. And then they make woke. Then they make woke. They switch woke. They switch the definition of woke and then turn it into something bad. And then make it seem like being awakened is preposterous. It's preposterous. Black Star Sports TV, you ain't motherfucking lying. You can't. You can't. And you can't have no dialogue. Because if you have dialogue with them and you don't condemn Hamas or anything like that, you're an anti-Semite. You're a baby-loving killer. You know what I'm saying? And you can't condemn nothing that Israel did or does because that's anti-Semitism. Then you would be called Hamas. But it's like whoever is something that the real Rick Ross said. Whoever has the motherfucking stick has the fucking power. They have the power to define everything and hit you upside the motherfucking head and make you fucking comply. And there ain't a damn thing you could do about it. You know, you could try to file a lawsuit. You could try to do this. You could try to do that. It ain't gonna work, bro. It's like you it's like they make you. It's like when they call you woke or anti-Semite, it's like you become an untouchable. Like can't nobody look at you, can't nobody throw food at you so you can eat, can't nobody touch you, can't nobody help you. You're untouchable. And anybody that does try to help you out or even talk to you, look your way or whatever the case may be, they get hit with the stick upside the head and told to get in line and get the mic put in front of them and tell them and make them bend the knee and say whatever the fuck they want them to say. That's crazy. Because in my 3 cents, it almost makes it like seem like people don't have fucking integrity. It almost seems like, in my 3 cents, like it's illegal to do what you think is the right thing to do. It's like you can't have your own thoughts no more. You can't. Oh, you can have your own thoughts, but you damn for sure better not say that loud. This is why I bring it all back to, like, this is what history is going to remember everybody for. The decisions that they made, the things that they did. Not necessarily what they say, but their fucking actions. Their fucking actions. And what they gonna say, like with slavery, oh, that's just the way it is back in the days. It's just the way it is. Y'all motherfuckers was evil. Y'all motherfuckers was evil. Try to tell Native Americans they couldn't become citizens until 1926. And they had to fight for it. And before that, tried to do the same thing with the Chinese. And they had to fight for it. The shit don't make no sense. Black Star Sports TV, just like music, now they keep making the same song. Yeah. All around the world, same song. You know what I'm saying? No variety. And it's crazy, like, so with the music, it seems like, it's been seeming like this since, 98, maybe 2000. It seemed like folks just went along with the cookie cutter shit. And then they took it a step further. They make it hard for new artists to get in. And then with these new artists, it seemed like if they don't bow down, if they don't bow down, it seems like they don't get in. And then they take it a step further. Oh, you want to do it on your own? With iTunes, Pandora, Google Music, Amazon, and all these things. It seems like they take it a further to where you can't even account for the streaming. And so now you doing everything on your own. You don't have no heavy hitters out there to check the motherfucking books. And or you don't know how. They're just gonna give you what they think they want to give you. You mean to tell me you do 1 million streams and you don't get that much? You mean to tell me you sell one song and you don't even get 30%? You mean to tell me you feel what I'm saying? So if you sold one song for $1 or $2 a piece, they're gonna get their cut, bro. You ain't no big artist. I think I'm wrong. I think it's like 30 or 40% that they get, but bro, what is that fair? Out of all the money they making? They laughing. This is the reason why people try to make apps like Bring the Noise. I think it's called Bring the Noise. I forget what it's called. Chuck D made one. This is the reason why people make apps like those. This is why people make their own apps. Because they tired of these motherfucking suckers out here taking all the money. If you had a fucking app and you were profiting and you were taking home $300 million a year, right? My whole thing is I would make it to where Every artist would want to be on my app because I would make it to where all these artists gets majority of their shit. I don't need 300. I could take 20, 30, 60 and profit a year. I mean, I'm talking about after taxes and everything in my pocket. In my pocket. And that's the reason why they treat these artists like fucking cattle. Because don't nobody own they shit really all the way through. The people that's in the background that's making all the motherfucking money, all that generational wealth and all that shit. It's probably like, look at these ninjas. You damn right. Freedom to be creative. That's what Black Star Sports TV says. That's just my theory. Oh, well, you got to think about the operational cost and all this stuff, but you're still getting 300 million a year in your pockets as a CEO. Let alone everybody else, what they getting. The lawyers. The lawyers probably getting more than the goddamn artists. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and I heard Snoop Dogg talk about that shit. Then it fizzled out. Ah, he ain't tripping. You know, he Mr. Nice Guy. You know, he ain't tripping. Snoop ain't tripping. He got his bread. You know, I ain't gonna say nobody got to him or nothing like that, but because I don't know. But don't smell right. Anyways, y'all, I need to go, man. I need to get something to eat. Actually, let me smoke one more cigarette, one more square. Smoke one more cigarette. All right, now, homie, I'm gonna smoke one more square and then I bounce out. I don't know if this motherfucking shit is smart or whatever, but it works. It goes down smooth, don't it? Yeah, man, but back to this Candace Owens, man. I'm telling you, I behold, and Black Star, I know y'all. I mean, maybe I'm being biased. Maybe I want the bitch to get sued. Maybe I wanted her to lose. I think a piece of me want her to lose after all that shit she been saying over the years. Maybe that's what it is. But I still give her the benefit of the doubt that she might be right. You know? I encourage y'all to go out there. You ain't got to read it all. It's like 293 or 225, something like that, pages long. But I would say read some of it. Read some of it. And I don't go out there listening to Candace Owens, bro. Like I know some people do. I don't care what the fuck she got to say. I think that what she have said in the past she don't deserve no no time out of the day for me. I know that's probably not how y'all feel and stuff like that, but I don't go and paying them people no mind, bro. I think them people, them type of people, you would do more harm just not paying attention to them. This video ain't gonna do nothing for her. Nobody know who the fuck I am. Maybe in some kind of way, because even bad publicity is good publicity. So maybe one can say I'm helping her, but nah, nah. And I'm not going to defend her on this shit. Um um I hope that this lawsuit puts a big foot up that ass, metaphorically speaking. You know, um, like I said in the beginning, man. You know, I think she's a sellout. You know, and I don't care who people marry. I'm not on that Dr. Umar Johnson shit. Ooh, who is that? Oh shit. Oh, oh. I'm not on that shit, man. But what I am on is like, oh, y'all just call me Brother Love. I'm joking. No, but what I've said is that um, that's one wicked person I ain't trying to patronize. You know, that's one wicked person I'm not trying to patronize. I think they don't deserve nothing. They don't deserve nothing, and the people that do patronize them, they need to be thanking them. Because this lawsuit, I think she's gonna lose, and if that does happen, you know, um, was it really all worth it? Was this really worth the was this really worth it? Is this really worth um is this hill to die on really worth it for Candace Owens, metaphorically speaking? They ain't gonna allow her to file bankruptcy. They ain't gonna allow her to file bankruptcy or nothing like that. She's gonna be cooked. You know. Ain't nothing motherfucker can do. Spit back and blow that shit because they want money. They want money. And she's probably gonna have to say where she got this information from. She's gonna have to say that. And it ain't gonna look good. That's why I say some of that shit that you see online, it ain't worth regurgitating it, because half that shit is fake anyways. It's made up by somebody. All these false narratives and all that shit, and you don't know what people are trying to make people believe, what the ulterior motives and all that shit. Anyways, y'all, peace, man. I'm getting up out of here. Shout out to the whole entire world, and everybody stay sucker free.